Hey everyone, welcome back to Andy Talks Too Much. So for this video, this is going to be more or less maybe a little bit sad or disturbing, but it's about something that happened recently in Hendry County, Florida. So a few weeks ago, the body of Bee Love Slater was found in Hendry County, burned beyond all recognition. This is the 18th known murder of a trans woman in the country. And 17 out of the 18 were all women of color. Yeah. They don't know the suspect or motive as of yet of whether or not her being trans was the cause of, or for her being trans was like a motive for somebody to kill her. But it does point to a problem I did try to cover at least briefly in my Homophobia in the Atlantic World video. And that is the prevalence of homophobia and transphobia in Black popular culture. It is literally everywhere. Trans and gay individuals are often portrayed as being weak sissies and you shouldn't have anything to do with them. That's how it goes. In hip hop, you have artists advocating violence against members of the community, and oftentimes because of lack of media representation of minorities, this is the only place where Black kids can see someone like them being successful. And what else are you going to do except emulate those you view as successful in a world where racism is pretty rampant? You can get success by being a hip-hop artist or a rapper, and then the thing about it is the way they portray how Black men should be. It's almost hyper-masculine, unfeeling, and as a result also being homophobic and transphobic. And this problem permeates the community the Black community as a result, to the point that there have been cases of Black men harassing and beating on other Black gay men and Black trans persons, and it's absolutely horrible. We're killing our own people because of the way we're killing our own people because of the media, basically. I don't view the media as completely evil, but I do view it as something that is used I do view it as something that can be used to oppress minorities, particularly the LGBT community, and every minority basically, because of the way they're seen in the media. Like for instance, there are very few Black trans women in the media, and there are very few Black trans men, and very few Black gay men, Black lesbian women. There are very few portrayed in the media, and they're almost never portrayed in any way that could be seen as normal. They're always portrayed as being abnormal, or never even main characters. They're usually portrayed as background characters. And how do you expect people to see this as normal if you don't do enough to show it as being normal? This also stems from the fact that, like I said before, even in cisgendered individuals, there are very few minorities portrayed in media at all. And when they are portrayed, they're usually portrayed somewhat negatively. And like I said before, where are you going to turn? You're going to watch the show about the white guy in the suburbs with his nuclear family, or you're going to listen to the hip hop artist who, despite all his setbacks, or despite racism, managed to become a millionaire. But yeah, that's my point. And then you listen to the music, and you hear the homophobia and the transphobia, and you say, I have to be like that to be successful. And that's how we get to this point. I often like to point out that the media is controlled by the rich, and they don't like the idea of the rest of us being together and being able to vote at least more overwhelmingly against them, because we do make up the majority of the population. Basically, everybody who's not rich makes up the majority of the population, and we have at least equal voting power with every individual. We can only vote once. And while we're fighting amongst ourselves, while we're turning on each other, while we're watching we're watching Flint essentially still have no clean drinking water, and even then we're watching rollbacks of environmental policies that affect other freshwater sources. We're watching cutbacks to things like welfare programs and cutbacks on school lunches, cutbacks on education. We're sitting here committing acts of violence against each other and fighting with each other, that we are letting the rich take everything from us and use it to line their own pockets. All I have to say is that this bull has to stop, or we're going to end up in an even worse situation than we're in now. That's all I gotta say, basically, about this. So with that, I'm in this video here, so be sure to check out my other videos, those Pricebox Productions videos, our channels Pricebox Gaming and Pricebox Reacts. And also, remember to check out my main channel, The True Andy M. Thanks for watching, and stay jamming, everyone.